Hey guys, Sean here, Colorado RV Center in South Fork, Colorado, on a beautiful December day. I was talking to Imperial Outdoors here last week, and he was just telling me how great the Cruisemaster suspension is and how smooth this thing rides. So I kind of want to prove it, so I'm going to get really scientific here, and I'm going to do some suspension comparisons. I've got a nice little kitchen glass here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to get really deep into science, and I'm going to fill this thing with water. About 3/4 of the way, we're going to tape it to the kitchen countertop and go over some really rough areas of road and see exactly how much water we spill out of this thing. From the last video that I'm sure you saw, looks like about 40 PSI in the airbags is perfect on this Cruisemaster suspension. So we're going to put it at that to be the smoothest ride possible on the Xplore. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take a leaf spring trailer here with this KZ Connect. It's a 27-foot trailer, so only a foot longer than our Xplore. We're going to go through the same test. And then I've got the 26-foot Rockwood mini light down here with the Dexter Torflex suspension, and we're going to see how that one performs. So we're going to get an idea of how all three of them perform, and we're also going to show you how much the truck shakes as well, because this particular area of road is very, very rough, very, very bouncy for a short stretch. So we're going to take these things out. We're going to try them all three to get a good comparison of the suspensions. You know, I mean, it's pretty scientific, but it gives us a little bit of an idea how bad your stuff inside is getting beat up. And then, of course, on the way out, just like last time, we'll do a 30 mile an hour, 40 mile an hour run down somewhat of a rough road and get some recordings of suspension and the inside and just see exactly how these things perform. All right, so first up is going to be the mini light. Because honestly, I forgot to do the intro with the Connect, so I really just needed the mini light first so I can show you, I can walk you through the road. This area probably looks familiar if you watched like my last video with the suspension settings on the Xplore. I've got my truck with the mini light back there, and that's the road we go really fast down. And then I'm going to come around here through this corner, and then these are those rough moguls. You know, I guess with snow on them especially, it's very hard to tell, but these moguls are very, very rough through here. You can see it. You can see how much it bounces right here. You can see these bounces right through in here. I'll get a little lower, see if we can tell, but man, it's a rough section right here. So I've been hitting this at about, I want to say I'm hitting it about 10 to 12 miles an hour, which seems a little too fast for this because as you'll see in the video, that water's going everywhere. So we're gonna see how the mini light does, because the mini light is a Dexter Torflex axle, so it is independent suspension, but I'm not sure how it's going to perform compared to the leaf spring, and especially compared to the Cruisemaster. So let's get after it. We're going to do the mini light right now, followed by the KZ Connect with the leaf springs, and then the Xplore with the Cruisemaster. So let's see how this goes. Let's see how this went. Hey, it's not too wet in here. Turn on the light. That was not too bad. Didn't spill too much water. We hardly lost any out of the top of the cup. That wasn't a bad ride. We see the table. I didn't secure the table. That thing bounced a little bit. But nothing else. Everything else looks in order. Not a bad test. Now I think what we'll do is book it down that road at 30 miles an hour again and see how it fares down that. We'll see if we lose any more water out of this cup going down that road now. So I'm here in the KZ Connect. I was going through all my footage and realized I didn't even do like an after video showing all the water on the countertop. So my apologies, we didn't get to see the after and kind of up closes of how the water looks on the countertop, but based off the video, based off just seeing the cup glued to this countertop, man, you could really tell how much water got everywhere, and it was a fun time for sure. But yeah, definitely the KZ spilled the most water out of all three campers here. But like I said, sorry I don't have the after footage, the up close footage, so the Connect segment will be a little bit quicker, but keep watching and watch how this thing treats the rest of these bumps here. Watch how it handles everything, and especially that big 30-mile-an-hour run. Really, really cool. All right, let's cross our fingers this doesn't get too messy in here. Oh no. Wasn't so bad. All right, so we saw the Connect fared down the rough stuff, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna refill the cup. I've also got the camera inside, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go fast down this road, probably do about 30 miles an hour, and see how it fares, see how it looks at the very end. Hopefully it doesn't get too wet because there are some good bumps in this road right here, but we're gonna see how it goes, and we'll check up on you here soon. All right, so we're getting the Xplore set up here to do our little scientific cup test here. So far it's gone well. You know, looking at the Connect, there's a lot of water. There was a lot of water, especially after the big 30-mile-an-hour run. I noticed there's a lot of water after that. It wasn't actually so bad on the slower big bumps like I actually thought. I thought it was gonna be flipped. The mini light with the Dexter Torflex suspension looked a little better. I mean, not as much water after the long 30-mile-an-hour trip going fast down that road. But now we've got the Xplore, the 195, the dual axle. I have the airbag set at 40 PSI, which from the last test I did on this road right here, the 40 PSI seemed like it was gonna be the best. It looked to me like it was the smoothest. So we're gonna try it. We're of course gonna go over the same exact spot as we did last time. We'll flip it around and book it down that road again. See if the Cruisemaster does any better than the others. Of course, I've got the camera inside. I've got the camera on the suspension just because it's cool. And we'll see how it does, and then we'll talk about it afterwards and get some thoughts and comments afterwards. All right, let's see how it did. I just stepped in here. Not bad. Honestly, that's not bad at all. There's hardly any water in here. I mean, a little bit bounced out, and the cup is way full. But look at that. There's no water any. Man, there's some water for sure, but definitely not like the Connect. Definitely not like the mini light either. So, man, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I'm impressed. Now, let's see how it's going to do going fast down this road, because I think that's where we're spilling the most water. Let's give it a shot, see how it goes. Well, I just stepped back in here after the nice little 30-mile-an-hour run down the fast road, and I'm impressed. Take a look. I know you watched it from the interior view, but there's like a little bit right there. What, maybe, I don't even know if that was there before, maybe. This looks good. This is actually really impressive here. We lost hardly any water on that fast run, so safe to say, Cruisemaster really worked very well on that road. So let's get back and start processing some videos so we can take a look and get a really good idea how they were going down those roads and how they were being treated inside here. Well, back in the Xplore here, after reviewing all the footage, I'm sure you've reviewed it too at this point, since it's the end of the video, that Cruisemaster really is the real deal. Notice even going down that road really fast, we lost hardly any water, where the Connect you saw got air. That thing got some air and lost a lot of water. You know, the Mini Light did okay. With how much snow got on the lens, it was kind of tough to really get to see that suspension articulate, which is why I just love, for some reason, putting the camera under the trailer, because it's just cool to see how that suspension works. But overall, I'm very pleased with the Xplore. I'm very pleased with the Cruisemaster suspension. It really is a smooth riding deal. And that road, I know it's hard to see, but it has a lot of little holes and ruts and whatnot in it that make for a bouncy ride. So that Cruisemaster really was cool. At 40 PSI, that thing rode perfectly. You can tell your belongings in here aren't really going to get jarred around too much. I mean, we've all told everybody, man, these things are a rolling earthquake, but this one's not so much an earthquake. Maybe just a little bit of an aftershock. While, say, on the leaf spring axle, that's a bad earthquake. That's a real bad earthquake. So impressed with the Cruisemaster. Now you can see it. Now you can tell the difference between, you know, a cheap leaf spring, a little more expensive, more common torsion axle, which is what you're seeing a lot more of, and then the real deal Cruisemaster. You can see the big deal about it, so to speak. So I'm impressed. I hope you guys are impressed too. I appreciate you watching our videos, as cheesy as they may be, or as simple as they may be. They're really fun. It's fun to get out here with these trailers and watch them. So thank you guys for watching. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.